So here's a little bit about myself. I have had multiple encounters with grief. In the year 2019, I lost two of my nephews, one who couldn't have been any closer if he was my own son, and it was devastating to myself and my entire family. We all kind of held on to each other, struggled through our grief, and stumbled along and tried to survive. Then in 2021, I lost my husband, Roy. And the pain of losing a spouse was more than I could even imagine. And I found along the way that unless you're talking to someone who lost a spouse or a life partner, that you just don't understand. As much as you want to help, as much as you love that person. And believe me, I have some people in my life that stood alongside me through my whole process and still do. But you still at times need someone who's been in your shoes. Roy was sick for a long time, and the last couple of years I was his caregiver, his complete caregiver, which puts a whole nother twist onto grief, because you know what's coming and you're grieving them as you go along because you can imagine what's going to happen, but that still doesn't change when you lose them. I found GriefShare for myself. I went to a widow's retreat in Maryland, which was very helpful, and I recommend if you have widow's retreats or widower retreats in your area, go to them. If you have grief retreats in your area, go to them. But at this widow's retreat, I found GriefShare, and I wanted to attend GriefShare, but I didn't want to go to a church in my town where I would try to be open in the GriefShare meetings and then seeing somebody in Turkey Hill that knows everything that I might not want everybody to know. So I went to a town just a few towns over from where I live, and I went through GriefShare twice. And GriefShare gives you a lot of tools. It gives you a great understanding of how to deal with your grief. It gives you there's links in the GriefShare program sending you to all different places. I'm a reader, and reading helps me a lot. And so I got a lot of books, and I read everything I could put my hands on about general grief, about widowhood. And I thought, we should have a little library at church for people. And so I bought a bunch of books and took a shelf in the parish house, and we have our little grief library. The reason I wanted to start the ministry here was because my church helped me. There were many people at Hope. We're the little church with a big heart. And there are many people at Hope Church that helped me. And even so, you need more. You need understanding and knowledge about the process. And that's what GriefShare did for me and does for people. I am 4 years out from losing my husband, and 6 years out from losing my nephews. And I learned in GriefShare that I never really grieved my nephews because everything just kept piling on top of each other. And when you have multiple losses like that, it's very difficult for you to heal. And that's what we do, we heal. GriefShare helps us to understand that you don't get over it. You don't get over it. You go through it. You have to face your grief. You have to work hard. It's hard work to heal. And I am healed. Does that mean I don't cry? Nope, I'm a crier. Does that mean I don't grieve my husband terribly? Nope, I grieve my husband terribly. There are days when I don't want to get out of bed, but I have to. And GriefShare helps you to learn how to do that and how to deal with those days. I hope if you're in a season in your life where you're grieving, if you've lost someone, it doesn't matter if you lost them a week ago or 30 years ago. Sometimes it can take that long. Come and join us. Come through a session of GriefShare. If you started a GriefShare program and you didn't finish, pick up at the session. Each of the sessions of GriefShare are completely complete in one evening. So if you missed one somewhere else, you can come here and pick it up and get those tools also. This is the book that we use. Everybody gets one, and I found it extremely helpful to complete the exercises at home just for yourself. There's things in here about journaling. There's things in here about How do you deal with people that say unhelpful things, even though they're trying to be helpful? How to ask for help, because believe me, when you're grieving a loss, you need help, but you have to learn how to ask for it. And I highly recommend GriefShare.